Matthew records these words. Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the desert to be tempted by the devil. After fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. Ryan Duncan tells the story of a woman who had lost her only daughter in a tragic automobile accident. After the funeral, the mother fell into a deep despair, and her friends became concerned for the mother and even concerned about her own safety. In desperation, one of them asked her own minister to stop by and visit the lady. He did. When she came to the door, the moment she saw him, she recognized him as being the pastor of a local church, and she flew into a rage. Get out, she screamed. I already know what you're going to say, and I don't want to hear it. You're going to tell me that everything happens for a reason. You're going to say, well, this is God's will. And I don't want, and I can't deal with that. The minister did not move. He did not say a word. He stood there quietly as she ranted in a rage. And finally, after it all came out, she just stopped. The minister said, ma'am, I don't know why your daughter died. I don't know why God allows bad things to happen in our lives. I don't have all the answers. But I do know God understands. God understands the loss of a child. And God wants to comfort you if you will just invite him into your heart. The mother began to softly weep, and she said, my daughter was a Christian. I know she's in heaven. I do know that. He said, wouldn't you like to see her again? She just looked at him and said, what? Yes. He said, ma'am, in order for you to see her again, you would need to become a Christian. She said, I don't know how. He quietly, in a soft voice, began to share a brief gospel message with her and explain in very simple terms, admit that you're a sinner, believe that Jesus died on the cross for you, and invite him to come into your heart. She bowed her head and prayed that prayer and asked Jesus into our heart. Let's remember, God understands the pressures of life. He understands the different emotions. Jesus, while he was here on earth, as I read in the opening verse, he experienced hunger. He experienced frustration. He experienced sadness. He experienced grief. Regardless of what is happening to you, God understands. He understands and He loves you. And God has promised to never abandon you. Be patient then, brothers and sisters, until the Lord comes. See how the farmer waits for the land to yield its crop, patiently waiting for the autumn and the spring rains. For many of us, our lives are upside down right now. A lot of turmoil, a lot of stress in our nation. God understands, and God's aware. Would you trust Him today? Jesus, help us to wait patiently, knowing that your will is going to be done. Your plans have not changed. You're still at work. You're still performing miracles. Lives are still being changed. Help us, oh God, to be positive and to be encouraged.